y'all. Happy Monday. It is Election Day Eve, and look, you can tell by the look on my face, I am stressed. I've been having anxiety. Now, I apologize for this late ass live. It wasn't supposed to be that way. I got home at 9, and my apartment has some maintenance, and they had to turn off the electricity. So I had no electricity from 10 a.m. to like 4:30. I wasn't here during the time because I was at work most of it. But when I got back home, my internet wasn't working. So it took me an hour to get this internet on and popping or whatever. So yeah, I apologize for that. I was just like, you know what? I can't do a review tomorrow. I got to do it tonight. I got to finish it. I'm glad that y'all could join me. West Coast people, I know y'all good, and if you're from the East Coast right now, if you're there, thank you for just showing up. But anyway, this is my review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 5. Not a bad episode. I was thoroughly entertained again. Hello, Andrea, my mod. She's in the room. And also, I have to plug the GoFundMe link because, I'm actually going to Bravo Fan Fest. And that's going to be in, I want to say, about 3 weeks. So, yeah, still trying to make it to my goal amount. So if you would like to donate, the link is pinned at the top of the live chat. Just appreciate it. If you want to throw in just $1 or $2, I would appreciate it. But yes, if you can't, that's fine. Like the video. So let's get into it because we have a lot to cover. Like, I had a lot of notes for this, y'all. Bear with me. This is also my drink right now of choice. I've been getting on the already created cocktails. So if you love Jack Daniels and you love Coke, oh my God. It's just classic and it tastes so good and refreshing, especially when I just got off work. I needed it. But yes, let's get into it. So we left off on a cliffhanger. Mia bringing up 3-year-old T on Karen, trying to embarrass her at the table. And Mia says the reason she brought it up was because she came for her girl and called her a liar. But your girl Jacqueline came for Karen first. I don't get that. Like, Karen, not Karen. Jacqueline should have sat back and ate her food instead of trying to be messy. Like we all saw in the first episode. Oh well, Karen, I talked to her and it sounded like she was drunk on the phone. Like you knew what you were doing. You were trying to be slick and messy. You were trying to come for an OG and it backfired on you. So I guess the implications that Mia is saying with this 3-year-old T is Karen was stepping out on Ray. I'm guessing, she was drunk again and she got behind the wheel, but then realized that she couldn't drive and got someone to drive her home. Now, even though that's not great, it still was 3 years ago. Why did you just keep that in your back pocket? That's a long ass time to keep something and then just bring it up at the table when it's convenient to you. Because it means that you did that for a purpose. And I don't know, it just kind of took the weight off of it. Now, if this was new tea, then yeah, I think we probably would have allowed it, but I think it was a nothing burger. It was a womp, womp, womp. So then Karen tells Mia that none of this takes away from Jacqueline being a liar. And then the conversation pretty much moves on. I was kind of just flabbergasted that, okay, well, I guess we're just moving on from this. But Mia is so proud of herself. Like she did something, or she has something on Karen. And Karen is just like, girl, shut up. Again, Mia thinks she's that girl this season, and no, we commended you last season because you were really forthright, and I feel like her arc was very entertaining. But now that we got some new blood, like I feel like we're just tired of the antics, you know? Excuse me, y'all. I'm just coming from a cold, by the way. Uh, it's also comical, like just how all of a sudden she has Jacqueline's back. Like they've been going at it, like they just got cool again. So then we cut to Jacqueline's confessional, and she's whining about Karen is coming at her over like an itty bitty thing. And I'm just like, well, it's actually not. Like, if you're like implying that Karen is drunk or just anyone is drunk when they have like a DUI case, like pending, like hasn't finished, but it's pending, like we see her intentions there. So I don't know. You poke the bear, own it, girl, own it. Karen's marriage is now the topic of conversation, and she admits that everything isn't perfect. With her and Ray, they're working through it. And Lord, if they show this clip one more time of Ray telling the therapist, "Well, I think I love her," like they show this every time that Karen says that maybe her and Ray aren't like in the best place in their marriage or they're working on their marriage. They always go back to that clip. So dinner is over now, and Wendy continues like to mention that it's her birthday. I'm just like, oh my God, girl. Like, we get it. We get it. So then there's a few side conversations going on. And first it's between Stacy and Karen. Stacy's like, girl, you need an award for the way you've been like handling these ladies because they're always coming at her. And it really is a skill. Like when you can't come from the Grande just any type of way. Let me get some water. Let me see what y'all talking about. Hey Chris, glad I could catch your live. It is 6:17 in South Africa. Lord. Well, I appreciate you. Have you tried the other Jack Daniels mixed drinks? Is so good. Well, I just like a normal Jack and Coke. Maybe I could do Jack and Ginger, but that Jack Honey, disgusting. Let's see. Jacqueline is a flop. And who cares? Because Ray and Karen has an arrangement. That's what I like. That's what I'm saying. Like clearly, the two of them through the years have an arrangement. Leave them people marriage alone. Mia doesn't realize that she could actually influence Karen's case. Like with Candace and Monique's case, they allowed the use of Bravo footage. Exactly. But I don't think Mia cares. Like she wants to go low. Oh, we will get to that. We will get to this. Wendy clocking everybody. Embarrassment just bounces off Karen. True, true. So then we see Mia, Jacqueline, and Ashley talking, and Mia saying, "Oh, her girl was sinking. That's why she had to help her out." Like, child, Mia, you put the battery in your friend's back to get her, like, to get her head scalped. You know, like you put her in the crossfire for her to get ate up. That is your fault. Mia says that she thinks Karen is definitely going to be pissed the next day, and she's already probably trying to find dirt on her. And look, she was right. She was definitely right. It's just she wasn't the target. Jacqueline was. So then later we're with Stacy on FaceTime with her best friend, you know, the guy TJ, and like he answers the phone, "Hey princess." Like, girl, like I'm not gonna call him gay, but look, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, oh my goodness. Like, I don't know. Like Stacy is a grown woman. Like she wasn't born yesterday. Like she knows what she's getting into. And maybe she just doesn't care. She doesn't care. Like, look, I know someone who straight woman, and she married a gay man, and they are still married. Um, I think they've been together for at least maybe 3 years now. And they're living their happy lives. Maybe they have an arrangement. Look, some people just don't want to be alone, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's going to come up this season where they're going to call him gay or something like that. I'm just waiting on it. Because, if it was Atlanta, it would have been immediate. But we'll see. We'll see how this develops. Because I just think only she knows fully what their relationship is. But she does introduce him to some of the ladies. So then next we have the ladies waiting patiently at midnight, to tell Wendy happy birthday. And I'm not sure if it's editing, but it's getting kind of overkill. Like after this episode, I don't want to hear the word birthday. Never again. But we see a montage of Wendy reflecting, and I get it. It's a milestone, 40 years old. I turn 40 next year. And when she was saying that she's done everything that she accomplished, she's done everything that she wanted to do. Like she accomplished everything she wanted to do. Like I was thinking, have I done that? And it's like, no. And I think that's perfectly fine. Like, why would I want to be at 40 and I've accomplished everything, So, like everyone has their own paths. So I'm excited for the journey ahead of me. Like 40 years, y'all. I think I look damn good for 40. I'm 39 now, but I'm a little tired now, but I think I look great for 39 going on 40. And I'm excited for it. But anyway, so it's the next day, day 2 at Lake Norman. We continue to hear the word birthday, every other sentence. We see Mia and Jacqueline talking outside, and Mia's having issues with Gordon. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't care. Like, Mia lies, the story constantly changes, and Mia continues to contradict herself. So I'm just tired of the plot line. I am. Like, if it's not anything about like a paternity test with her son or that she's actually getting a divorce, I don't feel like covering it. Like, so I'm sorry, y'all. If we hear about her and Gordon, I'm going to hit the fast forward button. I don't care about that plot line. So the next scene, we're with Giselle at her daughter's cap and gown ceremony. Of course, Jamal Bryant, he got something to say about his daughters. What's her name? I forgot her daughter's names, but he's a proud papa, and he even gives a shout out to the deceased father of Giselle Bryant. But yeah. Like I said, if it's one thing, we can't take away from Giselle, like we can admit that she is a good mom, and her, like those girls really like humanize her, you look good. You went topless on live. Why do y'all keep thinking Mia is lying? Because she does. Are you for real? Mia be lying? Like, she lies all the time and she contradicts herself all the time. Let's see. You're right, Chris. As soon as the Potomac ladies meet him, we're going to see that tired housewife trope, even though it might be true this time. Correct. Oh, Angel and Adore, the twins of Jamal Bryant. I want to say something special for Angel and Adore. You two make me a proud dad, so then we're back with the other ladies as they're having brunch. Production is messy because they're always going to ease the camera on Karen to see if she denies or accepts a drink. She denies it this time. The plan for the day, Mia is taking them to one of her first offices, and the doctor's name is Dr. McDaddy. I think it was Dr. McDaddy, y'all. But first, why is she taking them there on Wendy's birthday? And then, second of all, the ladies look confused at the table. But then we see Wendy gets a call from Giselle out of everybody telling her happy birthday on FaceTime. And she's on her way back to join them for the rest of the trip. So then the ladies are talking about how far they both came and not holding grudges. And then, Jacqueline agrees and says, well, it's good to not hold grudges because it makes you bitter and nasty and mean. With, Karen sitting right next to her. Like, all I'm thinking right now is wrong road, wrong road. Let me get a sip of my Jack and Coke. Mm. Wrong road. So then Mia jumps in now and says, yeah, a bitter old bitch. And then clearly they're both alluding to Karen. And then you have Stacy in the corner of the table. Are you guys talking about Karen? Didn't mince words at all. I love Stacy. So then Kay has had enough. Kiana, we're calling her Kay from now on. She's had enough and she thinks Karen needs a break, especially after the previous evening with the 3-year-old T. So, did y'all mind Kay jumping in for Karen? I didn't mind. Like, it was nice to see somebody in Karen's corner because I'm just like, enough is enough. Like, y'all been trying to get on this woman. Leave Karen alone. Leave her alone. And I mean, y'all tried and tried and tried. Like, let's just give it a rest till the next trip or something like that. But I didn't mind Kay jumping in for Karen. I want to know, did y'all mind? So then she asked Mia, why did she do that? And Mia tries to like pay her dust. So then Kay tells Karen, well, Karen, I think you handled yourself very well because it was pretty low to me. So now Mia is saying, bringing up girlfriend boot camp and like she's breaking the fourth wall saying, well, I got my flute. We're working on yours. And then Kay is like, well, baby, you needed the flute. I didn't. Okay. But I think it's so weird when they're just bringing up the show, like bringing up a flute or a peach. Like, it was just weird for Mia to do that. And I didn't think it was the flex she thought it was. But now they're going back and forth. Kay says, well, she's talking about Mia's love triangle, like how interesting that was. And then Mia brings up Kay's alleged ex being a drug dealer. And then Ashley's chiming in saying, like, well, yeah, that's the rumor, like I heard going around, like he was a drug dealer. Ashley, why are we even having your input right now? That has nothing to do with you. Why did you have to say, oh, yeah, well, I've heard the rumor. We have 100 people in the chat. Make sure you hit that live button. A ninja is tired right now. You see me? Like, I'm white knuckling it right now, but we're going to get through this. I got to get through this. Yeah, thank you, Andrea, for putting up the GoFundMe link. I mean, $1, $2. Why is Mia talking about drug dealing, especially considering her mother's checker past with drug misuse? Ashley, please shut up. So Kay doesn't confirm or deny, about the man that she dated formerly, but she's like, well, who I'm dating now, the man is a clinical social worker. And Mia says, but we're talking about the past. And Kay says, well, what about your past? Mia admits to being a stripper and says, well, I didn't have to go to the streets. Really, Mia? So then Kay is like, well, what you did was the streets. It don't get more street than that. I was like, get her, Kay. So then, side note, y'all, Stacy's confessionals, like her commentary throughout this, I'm gonna want her to narrate the rest of the season. Like, It was gold. Like, she is hilarious. Like, so Mia, she was a stripper. It well, sorry. Like, I love me some Stacy. So then Mia claps back and says, well, we know you about them streets, stitches. Miles drop at the table. Like, I didn't think she had to take it there. It wasn't even that deep. Like, really? Stitches, Mia? I just thought that was pretty foul. Did y'all? So then Jacqueline tries to say, oh, we shouldn't be bringing up people's past when Mia, her friend, did it in the first place. So now, when we think the conflict is de-escalated at the table, Ashley then asks Kay, like, with a straight face, do you still have the scar on your forehead? Of all the times to ask that question, Ashley, of all the times. Like, were you even concerned about her scar after the fight or, days afterward? Did you check in on her? No. But apparently she said it because Kay has a skincare line. She thought she wanted to promote it. Bullshit. Ashley was being messy. How many of y'all think in the chat, hands, do you think if Ashley was trying to be messy, trying to bring that up? So what? But Megamind, aka Mama, was drugs. That ish under the bridge with Mia Mama. Well, so let me see where I'm at. Kay gets very upset from this, y'all. Like, to the point where, like, she gets up, storms off the table. Do not talk about my scar! Do not talk about my scar! From the other room. She needs a moment now. Now, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair in this moment. I don't think she had to react like that. Because if Stitches didn't get her wanting to fight Mia or getting her rah-rah, but Ashley just asking about it, I was just wondering why. Because she could have not let it get to her, and she could have still read Ashley for filth in that moment. But yeah, I'm just saying, maybe it was traumatizing for her. Maybe that was the case. But yeah, whatever. Ashley says in her confessional, she was genuinely curious and she didn't see anything. And I'm just like, now, Ashley, now you know the wonders of makeup. Like, I've seen you without makeup, and you have a great makeup artist. Shout out to Makeup Machine. He follows me. I'm gonna give him another shout out. Like, he does wonders with that mug and that forehead of yours. So it hides a lot, including scars. So, yeah, I do think, though, that there needs to be a conversation had between Kay and Ashley, because we don't want another Candace situation coming up again, like where you don't want to film with this person or there's no path forward with this person. Because at the end of the day, Kay is still on the show with Ashley. Like, we really should, like, they shouldn't have a say on who they don't want to be around, in my opinion. Did you see the clip online where they said Kay looked like Nene in that all-white rower reunion when they had to all escort her off stage when she was crying? I did not see that. The fact that it was Ashley's friend that caused that scar probably set her off. Okay. Stitches coming from Mia is rich, sitting over there looking like Jigsaw by the face. Yeah, like when Kay said, oh, well, someone's trying to criticize my head when it looked like someone threw rocks at her face. Like, I caught that. So Kay comes back to the table and she tells Ashley that topic is off limits between the two of them. Jacqueline says she's confused how it came up, and I'm just like, it came up because Mia and Ashley brought her scar up. Like, pay attention, please. Like, somebody just get Jacqueline out of there. Like, thank you for your services, but we don't need you to come over anymore. Like, get Vivian. She seems a little bit more classier and act like she actually has money. So again, we think that the conflict is over, y'all. Things have died down. Nope. Karen has something to say. She asked Jacqueline directly, isn't she trying to work things out with Mr. PP? And this is Jacqueline's ex/baby daddy. And Jacqueline says, well, we're moving into a positive place, positive direction. Karen doesn't even let her finish talking and says, well, was that after the 25 convictions he had? Did you stand by him? Again, mouths drop at the table. My mouth dropped when Karen did that. Karen continues and says, well, he was charged and fired, right? So now Jacqueline is now explaining in her confessional. And it sounds like he was a crooked cop or something. And hey, Karen is a master of deflection, but I'm going to allow it. Like, because at this point, she don't mind throwing stones in a glass house as long as those stones hit Jacqueline. Like, that's all like that she's trying to do right now. Like, she don't care. Excuse me. So y'all, Karen keeps going. Like, Jacqueline says she stood by him, and Karen says, oh, really? Because I heard you left him after he got those 25 charges. Oh, Jacqueline was not ready. She was not ready. And then we cut to Mia confessional. She don't even have her girl back. Like, apparently they're on again, off again, where he's done her wrong consistently. So then Wendy calls out Mia for her contradictions of calling out Kay, for her man being a drug dealer, but her own best friend's man has these charges. Like, look, Wendy is calling it out like the side commentary, y'all. Let's see. Don't come for the Grande child unless you are prepared for all her wrath. We will get to that. Did you catch that Kay made that comment about the rocks to the face to John? Yep, I just said it. Karen got bigger fish to fry this season, so she's just really clearing these side characters so fast and easy. It was. Couldn't have been criminal charges or he wouldn't have gotten another job as a cop. Sounds like an internal investigation. Okay. Karen went right to her bedroom and was on her iPad Googling all night to get Wackling. Not Wackling. I bet you everything that Mia told Karen and T about Jacqueline's ex when they were on the outs. Yes, Brianna. Yes, that's probably how she knew. And the thing about Karen is she doesn't usually start the mess, but she will definitely finish it. Look. So then Ashley says in her confessional how much Karen deflects and comes for people hard with boxing gloves on. Y'all, look at my thumb for this video. Karen with the boxing gloves and a fucking ball gown. For real, it took me out. And then she's talking like Muhammad Ali. Don't fuck with me. Like, I was just like, Karen Huger. Like, this is why she is the face of the franchise. Well, one of the faces of the franchise. I loved it. Like, they trying to make me not like Karen, but it's so hard. Like, really? Those white-ass boxing gloves? Pow, pow. I'm a swing again? Don't fuck with me. Anyway, like, y'all, I died. So Jacqueline is still talking for her life, like defending her ex, and Ashley tries to save her by saying, well, everybody has a past. And then we cut to Wendy. Oh, now everybody has a pass. Everybody has a pass. Then Stacey joins in. Everybody has a pass. In unison. It is chaos at the table, y'all. Like, from the mudslinging, the yelling, and the side commentary. Like, I know that personal chef in that kitchen, he got a show. Like, I wish I was a fly on the wall. Because you know they didn't include everything in that fight. So Ashley, she just withdraws after that. Jacqueline is now playing the victim card. How dare you come for the father of my child? Karen does not give a fuck. Like, she's like, if you're a saint, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Like, as if you're a saint. Jacqueline can't even sit near Karen. She got her shook up so bad. Got her on the ropes. She tells Karen she has 2 DUIs. And Karen is like, I don't have 2 DUIs, dingbat. Now, technically, I guess I guess Jacqueline could have said, well, at least I wasn't charged with DUI. But I guess right now she's just being charged. Like, did she get convicted? Like, like, I just feel like it's a technicality that Karen is like holding on real tight to. So then again, Stacey provides some great commentary in the confessional saying, look, you poked the bear, Jacqueline. You started it. Like, Karen is up against a wall right now, so she's going to defend herself. You don't get what you get. And I couldn't agree more. So Jacqueline is now sitting next to Mia and tells Karen, like, she is a low-down, dirty shame. Karen says, I am God's baby. You heard that right. I am God's baby. And then, what did she say? Oh, she says, you started it, I'm going to finish it. And I'm just like, y'all remember in episode 1 when Karen was at the table and she asked all those ladies, like, speak now or forever hold your peace. What are the questions? Any questions? Like, all the ladies knew that, look, if you tried her, you better be prepared. And Jacqueline, I guess she didn't get the memo, but look, I think she had a little bit too much dip on her chip coming for the OG Karen. For real. So now we're on the topic of defamation. And then Wendy points out that that's exactly, again, what Mia did when referring to Kay's ex-boyfriend. So then Ashley tries to chime in, playing devil's advocate. Well, in Mia's defense, like, she didn't say names or whatever. What was it? What was it, y'all? I'm trying to think. Like, Karen said names when it came to okay, I get it. Yeah, I had to think about it. So Ashley's saying that Mia, when she was trying to call out Kay's ex, she didn't say any names. So that wasn't defamation technically. As opposed to Karen, she said Jacqueline's, ex, baby daddy. And then the other women, you can tell they're not with it. They're just like, oh, Lord. Wendy's like, shut up, Ashley. Shut up. So now Ashley and Wendy are going back and forth now. Like, Wendy's telling her shut up multiple times. And then Stacey interjects and is like, hey, it's her birthday. Show her some respect. Some respect. Respect. I'm sorry. Respect. Respect. Sorry. It's just funny how she said respect. I love Stacey. But the table is a circus right now. I couldn't tell if Ashley and Wendy were joking or not. Were they joking? Because Wendy was clearly drunk, feeling herself. I apologize. I'm coughing so much, y'all. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like I get a tickle in my throat and I'm talking a long time. We're 35 minutes in this review. We got a little bit more left. Bear with me. So Jacqueline looked like she about to cry again and says, that was some low shit. But like, you started it. Like, don't cry now. Don't cry now. Like, those tears ain't work for Cryangle, and it sure ain't gonna work for you. So then she says, Patrick didn't deserve that. He always told me, leave Karen alone. He loves Karen. And Karen is like, sure, Patrick talks to you. Miles drop again. I was like, oh, get her again, Karen. Get her again. She didn't have nothing to say after that. I was like, woo, get off of Karen. Get off of her. Like, throw in the white towel. Just throw it in. Like, she had enough. But yeah, after that, the argument finally stops. Wendy makes a toast saying they can only go up from here. What a scene. What a scene. Chris, you make Stacy sound like Peggy from King of the Hill. I'm just saying, show her some respect. Some respect. Yep, Karen kept whacking her. Kept doing it. What can fans do about open case? I side-eye Bravo for posting the reenactment. They didn't do it to Shannon Storms, who supposedly face was effed up, but we are pity partying for Miss Storms Bador. Storms? I didn't get that. Why do you call her Storms? Patrick warned her from the beginning, don't mess with Karen. She didn't listen. Jacqueline got no shame getting beat up like that on camera and going back for seconds and thirds, right? Oh, get them together, Andrea. 160 in the chat and only 77 likes. Y'all can do better. Hit that like button or give $1 to the GoFundMe. So then the ladies disperse around the house. We see Kay still feel some way about Mia. We're with Jacqueline, Mia, and Ashley. They're talking. And you know Jacqueline, she is sore, from coming at Karen. So, she feeling some type of way. So Mia is now reading all of Karen's charges on the phone, like on camera to the other ladies. And she's saying Karen has some nerve talking about anybody. So then we cut to Karen saying that she don't really feel proud to come at Jacqueline like that, but she felt that she has to defend herself and, she had to fight fire with fire. And I'm just like, you know what? At least she acknowledges that, maybe she's throwing stones in the glass house, but at least those stones are connecting to Jacqueline. So next we see Stacy enter the room where Mia and company are, and she asks, why do y'all have such a hard-on for Karen? And Mia's like, she wants Karen to own up to her shit. And she said it with such conviction, I want her to own up to her shit. Mia, who the fuck are you? Who are you, Mia? You're definitely not the moral police at all. So she shows Stacy the charges, and Stacy's actually pretty taken aback, I guess because she never saw the charges. So Stacy does make a good point, though. It's like, okay, so you're coming at Karen, but is it out of concern for her? Because that's a big difference. It's a really big difference. And we saw that it's not coming for Karen's concern because they tried to get Karen last evening with the 3-year-old tea. So then Mia says they need to take Karen to rehab. At this point, I thought she took it way too far going there. Even Ashley wanted no parts of that conversation. So her and Stacy leave the room. Stacy goes directly to Karen and tells her the charges that Mia brought up. And Karen's really nonchalant about that. She's like, well, they're allegations and, they're available for everyone to read. So, it's whatever. But then Stacy says, well, she said you needed rehab. And she said you actually admitted that you needed to go. So should I be concerned? Should I be Stacy? I'm not sure if she was being shady or not, but I was like, why you said it like that? So yeah, she's like, Karen, should I be worried about you? So then before we get a response from Karen, we get it to be continued, and that is where the episode ends. Whoo, I finished at the 40-minute mark. Okay. So yeah, I thought that was a good episode. I didn't like how Mia brought it to like a really low place because we had that last season. Like, we don't need to get like to a dark place or trying to really ruin people's lives. Like, let's keep it surface, fun shade, maybe kind of hit like below the belt a little bit, but not to the point where you're really trying to like fuck with Karen's case or whatever. Like, she really has like it out for Karen. It's just weird to me. Like, I'm starting to think that we don't need Mia next season. Like, I think she should be taken off the show. I think they bucked her head a little bit too much last season because it was a disaster, but Mia's drama kind of saved the season from being completely abysmal. So then, in my notes, I have the Grande, the MVP of this episode. Again, she's another one of my, like, it's solely her on my thumb for the video because it's just like, look, you just can't come for her lightly. Like, if you come for the Grande Dame, you better have like, you better be ready, because Karen, she's not to be fucked with. I'm sorry. Like, she brought her A game. Jacqueline was not ready. She ate her alive. Also, I would give this episode a solid 8. I didn't mind it. It was actually pretty good. An episode without Giselle. I thought that was interesting. I still enjoyed it without her. So let me see what y'all saying before I log out. You know, tomorrow's election day, and you know, I just need all my sleep. And best believe we're gonna do a poly side eye at some point. Oh, thank you, too adorable. I enjoy Stacy's low key petty. Mia has fans, by the way. Like, who goes up for Mia? Mia is a star. Okay. I think production didn't take it seriously, so fans are upset with Karen action, but we also don't like a pile on. Right, exactly. Mia reading those charges was hilarious. I'm sorry. She went straight to the gutter. She's so unserious and silly. Right? And be trying to be up under Karen 2 days later. Well, no, I thought Mia went low because of the whole rehab accusation. Like, why you had to take it there? Like, she said that we think she needs rehab. And then according to Stacy, I guess, she said that they said that Karen admitted that she needed rehab. Yeah, Andrea, I'm tired of to be continued as well. I thought Jacqueline said she has intellect, but didn't know the saying, those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stone. Right? I caught that too. This is the second season to be continued. Bravo. Better not keep doing it like they did on season of New Jersey. Carlos King hyped Mia up too much. I agree with that. He always hype up the wrong chicks. He really does. Let's see. You know what's funny? This is all going down just that morning. LOL. They didn't even have the day haven't even gotten started. Mia is treating Karen how Tamra treated Shannon on ROC. Okay, yeah, I can see that. You need to come at Karen with the receipts, proof, and the timeline. Exactly. No, don't take Mia off the show, but her plot lines never need to be an A plot. Yeah, maybe Mia just needs to be a friend of. If Karen is off the show, it won't be Potomac anymore. She's the only one who actually lives in Potomac. That's true. That's true, but I can still complain because I know Giselle and Karen ain't going nowhere. So yeah, y'all, that was my review. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. Tomorrow is election day. Please make sure you vote. And I'm not about to be ambiguous. Please make sure you vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala, y'all. Kamala. Okay, we got it. I think this election is too important to just stand by and like just let it roll with the punches. You really can't complain or vote if you haven't done anything about it. So we shall see tomorrow or hell Wednesday, because it's going to be a really close race. It really disappoints me though that it's this close, because it shouldn't be. But look, we're not going to win this election without white people. So we'll see how that goes. Whew. So yeah, I'm gonna get some much needed beauty sleep. Y'all can tell, like, I'm trying to keep, my eyes open. So yeah, with that, make sure you like, comment, and